I'll be giving you a speech on why women should serve in combat arms MOSs. Now, in the Army, women serve in 91% of all MOSs offered through the Army. And of the total population in the Army, only 14% are women. If you look at this graph here, this shows all the branches of the military, starting with Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard, Army, and Marine Corps. All right, if you look at the Coast Guard, you can see that they have 100 MOSs offered to their soldiers. And of that 100 MOSs offered, all 100 are available to females. But then you slide over to the Army, there's 91 MOSs offered, but only 70 are afforded to females. And females have accomplished a lot of great things in the military. One in specific, her name is Sergeant Leanne Hester. She was an MP on patrol in Baghdad, Iraq, when her squad came under fire with over 30 in service. And through her training, they were able to deter these 30 insurgents. And through her bravery and all this, she was awarded the Silver Star. She was the first female to be awarded the Silver Star since World War II. Another female that did an important thing was Sergeant Crystal Johnson. Similar to Sergeant Hester, she was on patrol in Iraq. And her convoy got hit with the IED, the EFP. And once that bomb went off, instantly one passenger died and their interpreter lost both his legs. Under heavy fire, her and another gunner pulled the interpreter out into safety, all while taking fire. Through this, she was awarded 2 Army Commendation Medals and 1 with the V device, which was for valor. Now, the reasons that they say females shouldn't serve in combat arms MOSs is out of date and needs to be relooked at. In the Army's definition of combat takes place while closing with the enemy by fire, maneuver, or shock effect in order to destroy or capture the enemy. Yesterday's war, most would agree that women should not have been on the front line, i.e. the Civil War, because they would go months and months and months without supplies or hygiene and things like that. And that was the main reason for women not serving in combat MOSs, was because of the hygiene issue. Now, technology has changed through the time. All right, there's a new war going on. All right, women can be attacked from behind the front lines now as well. Okay, you don't have to be out in the streets patrolling. You can be on the fob or doing whatever, and you can still take orders or indirect contact. All right, and proponents of women in combat believe that this should allow women to also be included in frontline combat, basically because they're already there. They're doing the same things. With today's wars, there are no more frontline MOS, frontline combat. Women are engaged and captured just like males are. There's been women that have been taken POW, they've been held on cameras and put blasts over the internet for ransoms and things like that as well. From my personal experience being a former military policeman, I've served with females throughout my whole career, and we've had females outdo males tenfold. There are different standards for males and females, i.e. with physical training. All right, there's a male standard and female standard, but I know females that exceed the male standard, and I know males that fail their own standard as well. So that's just another thing to look at as well. Lieutenant Colonel Baker had a quote. He said it best. I'd say women are in combat, and anyone who says they shouldn't be in combat clearly isn't in touch with what is going on right now. And that simply says this is a seasoned soldier, 25 years service at least, saying that I have no problem standing next to this female and her having my back. Right? And as most know, combat doesn't, you don't go to combat, combat comes to you. You don't go out in the streets, and sometimes you might look for bad guys, but you don't hope to get blown up. You don't hope to get shots fired at you. It comes to you. And so when those women are on patrol, the combat comes to them. Now, if we were to afford the same opportunity to females, they would have to be held to the same standards of training. So if they went to the schools, they'd have to pass the same tests and do all the same standards. I think males would respect them more as well. If they were held to that same standard and they met that standard, I think the level of respect would be attained also. As I said before, some women exceed those male standards. So I wouldn't be surprised if this was afforded to them, that some of these females would outshine these males in these AITs. After attending and completing the training, of course, they'd be awarded the MOS, and they would have to continue with sustainment training for like the leadership course, PLDC, BNOC, ANOC, and same thing. They'd have to attain those same standards to retain that MOS. after all this is done, once and for all, females would show that they are capable of serving in combat MOSs. Right? So in conclusion, I think females should serve in combat MOSs. They have proven themselves in battle, in peacetime, and they continue to do that as well. Sergeant Leanne Hester and Sergeant Crystal Johnson are prime examples of that. Just a few years ago, we had the first female 4-star general, General Dunwoody was awarded her 4-star. All right. Any questions or comments at this time? This concludes my brief.
One thing females have to do, which stand they have as separate from ours, go for the men with PT,
Right.
range and everything else, all the time.
Right. Right. All the range qualifications are the same. The only thing that, like he said, is different